Okay. I have to clear my throat. It's a little dark in here, so I'll open the door up a little bit. Nice day out here today. I knew he could get in there. You know, being a pain in the butt. I think I was going to get a little dark a minute. Okay. How's everybody else doing out there? Me? Same old, same old. Hang on. There. Now we have light. I'm just trying to kick back and enjoy the day. I'm waiting for my Timmy to come in. Wishing we could go back to California. Sorry about that. I'll try to get it better in my face, but you know, really dirty. Maybe I'll wash it later. Just never stays nice, you know. But that's the way it is. Hang on. Brush it out. Sorry about that. You seen that, but yeah, I'm probably gonna need to wash my hair later. Oops, sorry about the dark. Back to the light. Hang on. Anyway, so Chris had to switch his stuff out here. I'm gonna have to do that too, but I really didn't expect to stay here long, and I don't expect to stay here long because, you know, nothing against Texas, even though it is full of a lot of Trump supporters. You know, that's up to them, but it has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with, and you know, when I moved to California with my family in 81, or 80, I should say, not 81, because I went to high school for almost a year before I graduated. So I did a whole semester, but we came down from Oregon, which I was fine with being there because I was used to school, and I probably would have graduated had I not moved to California in the middle of my junior year, which was 79-80 school year. So California's been my home since then. I mean, you know, it's where my parents are buried. You know, it's where I had my kids. And that's also, you know, where I met my spouse. And we've been together for 36 years, almost 37 now. It's just, I adopted Fontana as my hometown. we still have friends and family there in California, even though Chris doesn't talk to his uncle, the only uncle he has left, by the way, on his mother's side. Um, it's still, it pains me not to be there, but it also would pain me not to be around where I could see Ava. But I miss my other granddaughter as well, And, I had 4 kids, but 3 of them grew up in adoptive homes, which was my choice. And I had my reasons for it. But it wasn't because I didn't want them. I loved them. As of today, I love them. I mean, they're my kids. But, the 3 of them weren't raised by me. The only one that was raised by me and my spouse was my eldest. And if you find for ladies out there, if you've got an unwanted pregnancy, it's up to you what you choose how to deal with it. But if you don't want to abort a child, but you can't afford it, open adoption where you know where your child's at and how your child's doing is a good way to go. I did it 3 times, and yeah, believe me, the part I regret is that I didn't raise them, because as their birth mother I should have, but I had my reasons, and I hope that one day they all understand. But they're all doing well. All 3 of them are doing much better. I mean, my eldest son, he's doing okay, but I mean, he's got struggles right now, him and his wife. And they got that little girl to take care of, so everything they spend other than renting the bills, card payment, and whatever else debt-wise my son has to pay for monthly, and she has to, goes for baby, and I can understand that. That's why, like when birthdays roll around or my Christmas rolled around, I didn't expect them to get us anything. I was fine with that. But, they need to learn to not buy stuff like going to Target because that's expensive. I mean, nothing against them other than the fact they're way expensive. Walmart is less expensive and you can get the same kind of products. But as you can see, life, I keep going on and on and on with life right now. Wishing I could be somewhere else, and now I have to change over so I can get medical because those glasses I got from Walmart, let's say, nah, I can't see through them. I have to have a pair of reading glasses to see. That's not a good idea either. But what can you do? What do you expect? I paid $100 and something for those glasses. They should have worked, but I don't know if it's because the eye doctor was incompetent. Now supposedly I got a cataract coming in, which I can't tell. But I've always had eye problems since I was little. I started wearing glasses at 4. So, I've had 2 eye operations. So I deal with it. These are really old glasses. But I can see through them. Whereas, I wish they could have took the prescription from these and actually used it because I can actually see what I need to see. With those other ones, I mean, they wanted too much money and all that stuff for the frames I wanted, and I don't have that kind of money. But if I go to Medicare, and I'm gonna try, but I have to wait till I move everything here, and I hope, what that lady told Chris, I know for a fact it's gonna go down to like 900 and something. I already know that's gonna happen, and until then, where he pays the bills, he gotta pay his credit cards. But I don't know if he'll get his full amount for March, but that we're getting in California, but this is ridiculous. I wish all states could go. And I was shopping around. A lot of states are the same as Texas. I think only California so far I found actually gives SSI recipients $1,233.94. The rest of them are at all 900. And that's ridiculous. Come on. The rents are just as bad here as they are there. I think the Social Security needs to fix it where all the states are giving out the same amount, which is what I'm getting right now. Then I think people can live better, and changing needs to come. And let me tell you, what's going on with Trump ain't handling it, you guys. I mean, I understand the ones that support him. I understand why you support him. You think he's going to do great things. He's not. He's doing it all for himself. He tore the East Wing, I think, where he's making that godforsaken ballroom that house didn't need. He thinks he owns that house, and he doesn't. It belongs to the country. It belongs to the people of the country, not to the president. That's just where they reside while they're there, while they're in office. And I don't think he gets it through his thick skull. Once your time's done, you got to move. But here we are, huh? Well, like I was saying, people are going to support who they want to support. I just wish they would have supported the Republicans would have supported another Republican that might have done better, okay? That doesn't have such a background, because that man has already been proven. One, he's a cheater. I mean, he cheated on the one he's married to now. He's against immigrants instead of helping the ones that actually work and pay into the taxes and all that and do things for the community they live in. Instead of helping them get citizenship, he's throwing them out too. So I understand about the criminal element, rape, rob, steal, whatever. But people that are actually hardworking, taking care of the families, paying taxes to this country, that are doing things around the community to help the community, being what they want to be, help them become Americans. Don't throw them out. Throw the ones out with a criminal background, like the ones that aren't doing what they're supposed to, When you're gonna, start letting them go through Ellis Island. Open Ellis Island back up. They're not going to do that because Ellis Island is now a museum. And not all Europeans that came over did it right either. Okay? Let's say my family did it. I don't know. I'm still looking into that matter. What I am saying is that, have they ever thought of asking these people, do you want to stay in this country, become American, or get your citizenship? They never ask them that. Right away, they send ICE out to go get them. That's my opinion. And ICE is getting a little carried away. I support law enforcement, but not when they're killing somebody just because they're walking around or helping a lady out that ICE or the Border Patrol, whoever pushed that lady down. And then they took somebody's weapon that he had a permit for and then just up and fired on him after they took it. Or, he didn't pull that thing out. They took it and then shot him. And it's caught on camera. And then you got these fools that are for the ICE and stuff like that, pulling the AI thing and fixing it where it looks like that man was doing stuff like spitting. I seen that little clip too, and that looked like they AI'd it. That's all I'm saying. And as for when they killed Miss Good, Renee, she wasn't doing anything wrong. They stopped her because she was trying to get through. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the flip. Bye.